If you are looking for a way to make your life way better in 2021, start out by making your own homemade fresh tortillas. My name is Sarah, and this channel is called Never Tasted Better, where I love to share with you guys all of my delicious food creations. If your family is anything like my family, we use tortillas for everything. Most of us get our tortillas from the store. We pick up the cheapest pack of tortillas we can find, and that's it, that's dinner. But guys, if I told you that homemade tortillas are so easy to make, they only take 5 ingredients. That's it, 5 ingredients. One of the things I love about homemade tortillas, they're so soft. Honestly, you cannot get that in a store-bought tortilla. These wraps are so soft, they're very chewy, the freshness level is just mind-blowing. So delicious, you can fold them any way you would like. They're very durable, they won't tear. Just so delicious, guys. I hope you're able to try this recipe. Let's start making our fresh tortillas and get rid of these store-bought ones. I bought those tortillas just to throw them, by the way. Our 5 ingredients include 4 cups all-purpose flour, 1½ teaspoons salt, 1½ teaspoons baking powder, 1 2/3 cup warm water, 1/4 cup of olive oil. That's it, let's get started. In a large bowl, we're going to make our dough. Add your flour, your salt, and your baking powder. Whisk this together really well. You want those leavening agents evenly distributed. Make a well in the center of your mixture using a wooden spoon. Then add in your olive oil and your warm water. Use your wooden spoon to start stirring this mixture together. You want to keep stirring it together until it resembles a very shaggy ball of dough. Once your dough has come together, go over to a clean surface, heavily flour it, and we're going to knead our ball of dough for 2 minutes. You want to make sure your hands are heavily floured as well. This ball of dough is very sticky. So knead it for 2 minutes until it gets smoother. Once your dough is easier to work with, we're going to shape him into a ball and cover him with a warm, damp cloth. Let him rest for 10 minutes. Once our timer is up, we're ready to cut him into 12 pieces. So start out by cutting him right down the center. I find a pastry cutter works best. Take our 2 pieces and shape them into log forms. I find that shaping my dough into log forms helps me be more precise in my cutting. Cut your 2 logs of dough right down the center, and then take each piece and reshape them into a log form. Now we're ready to take each piece and cut it into 3 equal-sized pieces. I actually watched this older lady on TikTok. She tore off pieces of dough by hand and they were all exactly the same size. I don't know how she did it, but she had talent. Serious goals that I hope to achieve one day. We're ready to shape each piece of dough into a ball shape. So do this by placing it on a hard, clean surface. Make sure there's not too much flour around and scooch it around using the palms of your hands. Keep doing this until the bottom part is completely smooth. Lightly pat it down on top, place it aside, and get started on the next ball of dough. I used to be very intimidated by dough. I didn't want to work with it. I was very stressed out when I did have to, but honestly, the more you work with it, the easier it gets. This is really not hard to do. We need to let our balls of dough rest for 30 minutes. If you let them rest, that guarantees a softer tortilla. After 30 minutes is up, we're ready to roll out each ball of dough into a tortilla. This part is not hard. You just need to start out by pressing it lightly into a circular shape using your fingertips. Lightly flour a rolling pin and start rolling your tortilla out. Pick up your tortilla every little bit and scooch it around, or else it'll stick to the surface. Roll it out about 2 to 3 times. You want to make sure that it's thin, but not super thin to where when you pick it up, it's going to tear. You still want it to hold together. Make sure you have a piping hot cast iron skillet and place your tortilla in the skillet. This is the hardest part I found, to place the tortilla in the very hot skillet. I always had a little bit of a hard time placing it in there, and then it would tear on the ends, but after a few tries I got much better. So cook it on one side for 1 minute. Once you have those bubbles, flip it over and cook it on the other side for 30 seconds. Once it has cooked, we're ready to take it off the heat and place it in between paper towels on a warm plate covered with a dishcloth. After a few tries, I finally got really good at placing my tortilla in the hot skillet. I loved watching it cook. The bubbles popping up was really cool to see. Also, make sure your pan doesn't get too hot. I had mine set at a medium-high heat that seemed to serve me well. Look at this beautiful stack of fresh tortillas, guys. Honestly, what's better than that? This recipe actually makes 12 tortillas, but I already ate one, so we have 11 now. Let me try one though, just for you guys. Wow. You can make these ahead of time. You can put them in the fridge and just put them in a Ziploc bag, put paper towels between them so they don't stick together. Reheat them in the microwave for 20 seconds and they'll be as fresh as ever. So fresh, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.